guys. Hey, so last week you started our new series called Don't Believe the Storm. And if you remember, we've been talking about the emotions that hit us, not the physical storm. We did talk about that a little bit, but we talked more about the emotional storm that hits us. Okay, that's what we talked about last week. And we talked specifically about anxiety. Okay, we talked about this anxiety, the storm that hits us, and how it affects our emotion. Okay, and so last week, just kind of recap, it causes us to play the what if game. All right, we talked about that. We said, like, what if I can't do it? All right, what if I get sick? What if I fall? What if I get hurt, whether it's emotionally or physically? All right, this is what we talked about when we talked about anxiety. We talked about this fear that comes over us, and we feel like, okay, but what if? What if this happens? What if this becomes too much for me to handle? What if I can't do it? Guys, this is something that we all deal with on a regular basis. I can tell you I deal with on a regular basis because I immediately start going there and I start thinking, yeah, but what if I can't do this right? Or what if I can't get this right? And this is just something that we deal with, and this anxiety starts to become greater and greater and greater to where this storm becomes overwhelming. Okay? So that's what we talked about last week. We talked about, just to kind of recap real quick, we talked about how do you overcome this? How do you overcome this? And I gave you 3 different challenge points, okay? The first one is Jesus speaks into your storm. He doesn't shy away from them, okay? It's the idea that he never leaves us. Jesus is always there to help you get through it. And so whenever you're dealing with anxiety, when you're dealing with that stress, that's whenever you say, okay, you know what, Jesus, I can't do this right now on my own, so I just need to rely on you. I'm going to rely on you. I'm going to put all my trust in you because I know you're never going to leave me. All right, the next one is that he becomes our protection during the storm. He essentially is carrying the umbrella. Okay, he's the one that's there saying, okay, I'm going to protect you no matter what this looks like. No matter how bad this storm is going to look, I'm going to be there. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to walk you through this. All right, and then when you're on the other side, you're going to be grateful. You're going to be thankful that I was there for you. Okay, and so that's the second point. And the last point, Jesus helps to rebuild when the storm passes. Okay, what that means is whenever you're over the storm, when the storm is done, and you're now like, now what? Now what do I do with this? Now I see chaos around me. I see stuff is starting to fall. My friends don't like me, or there could be this problem or this problem. How do I deal with this? That's whenever Jesus says, you know what? I'm going to help you to rebuild.